Well, I hope that was a clear demonstration of shaping behavior through successive approximations. So as the crow learned each different piece of that puzzle of how to press the lever, you introduce a new step in the behavior, and that's how you can teach a complex behavior to an animal. So those are the kinds of training methods that are used to teach rats, to teach whales in SeaWorld, to teach tigers in circuses. And it's a great, if you've ever trained a dog, you may have used similar techniques, reinforcing them for one behavior and then changing the behavior just a little bit so it gets closer to what you eventually want. So you see here we've got a crow picking up a bucket of food. It's another example of how smart crows are and how they can learn. These crows start with just picking food up out of a tube that's shorter so they can easily reach down and pick it up. And then the tube gets a little longer, and what they do is they're able to take this pin or paper clip that's straightened out and kind of work the food out of the dish. But then as the tube gets really long, they're not able to do that anymore. But the crows, after they've done these kinds of things, they're actually smart enough that they will bend the paper clip themselves to make a hook. And so you can shape that behavior, or crows can learn that themselves by successive approximations. So these are just really great examples of behaviorism in action, of these principles of learning in animals. So we're going to watch a couple quick videos of some rats that were actually trained in the behaviorism lab at BYU Idaho. And this was a few years ago. The first video you will see, they're both rats that I was familiar with and helped train in different ways. So the first rat you'll meet is named Crystal, and the second rat you will meet is named Ninja. And so these rats were trained by successive approximations, by teaching them a piece of the puzzle, and you'll see that a little bit in the first video with the training of Crystal the rat. And it's done the same way in a maze. So the rat has a start point, you reinforce them when they get down this path, and then you might reinforce them when they reach this point in the maze, and then maybe this point in the maze, and finally the end is way over here. So enjoy these videos of the rats. If you would like to take the class at BYU Idaho where you can train rats, I believe they are still training live rats. A lot of schools around the nation do not have rat labs because it actually costs quite a lot of money to have live rats and have a license to be able to keep and train rats. So it's a fantastic way to get some hands-on time with behaviorist principles. And the principles you will learn in that class, I think it's Psychology 361, Principles of Behavioral Learning. The principles that you'll learn in that class are really very applicable to things like cognitive behavioral therapy, if that's something that you want to go into. And it's a really fun class to take to play with the rats, and you get to train some chickens too. So enjoy these quick videos.